Welcome to Well Read, a program about a little bit of this and a little bit of that at your Ames Public Library. Hi, I'm Jerry Hyde, Youth Services Librarian at your Ames Public Library. We connect you to the world of ideas. We do that by offering a variety of programs throughout the library, both from infant to adults, as well as offering you many things that you check out and take home and use, whether it's DVDs or books. So we connect you in many ways. Another way we have is all the staff that we have here at the Ames Public Library ready to serve you in their great way. In addition to that, we have our paid staff that we have, and we pay them to stay. Can I cut there? Sorry, I'll pick up. We have our paid staff, and then we have some special staff that are also paid that we take from Iowa State University, and they are called our interns. And with me today, I have one of our interns that are working in the Youth Services Department. She's one of 6, and she's here to tell us a little bit about who she is, what she's liked about her internship, and what favorite groups that she has that she's worked with so far. So, Britt, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so I am a senior, going to be a senior at Iowa State. I'm majoring in political science and sociology. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania originally, and ended up here in lovely Ames, Iowa.
And how did you get here?
Well, I started at Grinnell College, and then I transferred to Iowa State because I thought I wanted to be a vet. But then I realized I like people more than I like cows. So,
well, we're glad you like people, and it shows here at the Ames Library. So,
yeah.
So political science and the libraries. Why did you think that the library would be a good internship for you?
Well, one of the things I like most about political science is the ability to help people, and so choosing a future career, my main goal is to work very closely with people and to help people. And I feel like the library is that, but on a very small scale. So it's very involved in the community. And I thought maybe being a librarian would be fun.
Well, librarians have a varied background, lots of varied backgrounds, from anthropology to, in my case, costume history, design, and art, which, has something to do with the programming, but doesn't have much to do with the rest of the world, or the rest of the world of libraries. So I'm glad we are happy. The Ames Public Library is happy to have you, and we've kind of placed you in several different areas. And can you tell a little bit about what you've done this summer, starting with our littlest?
All right, going smallest to oldest.
Right.
So the smallest I've worked with is the infants at the Small Talk program. We have one little girl who's not holding her head up yet. And so that's been a lot of fun. I think seeing the Small Talk program in action is so cool because you get to watch the kids really grow because we've been doing it now for 15 weeks?
I think it's 11.
Oh,
11.
Is it 11?
Because it's a total of 13 weeks.
Okay, yeah. So it's been 11 weeks now, and so that's a lot of time for a baby to grow.
Yes.
And so I've watched them start to walk and start to say words and try to figure out what the sign language means. One of the little boys learned how to say cracker, but I was not sure that meant
was
cracker.
So Small Talk, let me kind of define what that is. That's our 13-week program about, it is a research base, but we were doing research with it. And Britt's been involved in our daycare aspect, because not only do the parents get to have 13 weeks of education and use of the Lena device, the recording device, they also get to have free daycare while they are attending this class. And Britt has been one, and now she's in charge of that daycare portion of it. So you got really hands-on experience with our little ones, and then of course their parents. That's also very important in smaller children's lives, is the adults that are in their lives. So.
So that's been really fun. And then getting a little bit older, we've been doing the Saturday morning Playdates, which has been a lot of little tots. And so we get to do, this past Saturday we did dancing, and so we did all the head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and which was the one that they like so much, the hokey pokey they liked a lot. Yeah, Itsy Bitsy Spider. And just making an environment where parents can really have a lot of fun with their child. And I think that it's in a way that's very special because it's not something they thought they were going to do on Saturday morning. They come to the library to pick out books, and then they end up dancing for, a half an hour. And I think that it's special to create those memories for families in the community.
Yeah, so those Saturday Playdates are part of our Rockin' Family Fun that we're having during Libraries Rock. It's for 2 hours. So did you dance for 2 hours and sing?
Yes. Rachel and I, who's the other intern in charge, we danced for 2 hours. Yes. It wasn't as bad as when we did yoga for 2 hours, though. That one was very long.
So you've had a variety of topics, it sounds like.
Yeah. So we did, we made cardboard creations. So we had some really cool robots and knights and tunnels and houses and rocket ships. And then after that, we had a musician come and play. We did a scavenger hunt and geocaching, and then we did yoga, and then the most recent one was our dance one.
And the geocaching or scavenger hunt went out into our community.
Oh, that was so fun. Yeah, Rachel and I hid coffee canisters around Ames with stamps for the kids to fill out cards, and we had rhyming clues and a geocaching app. And one of the parents, actually, my favorite moment at the library so far was when one of the parents was taking pictures of their daughter doing all the geocaching, and then at the end they took a picture with her filled out card. And they were going to make it into a scrapbook so that she could remember it when she was older. And that was just so special to make that memory for that family.
Yeah, to document what they were doing, and it was at the library, which is fantastic.
And you don't think about it when, when I applied for this internship, I didn't quite know just how broadly the library would be, just because you think books, you think, movies, but you don't think about all of these cool services we get to provide.
Right. Yes, many people think we just house the books or house the items that they check out, but there are lots and lots of things that are happening. So we've talked about the babies, and we've talked about toddlers and families.
Right.
Then you went up an age group.
Yeah, so teens and tweens. We've done Teens and Tweens Rock and Teen Anime, both of which have been very fun. It's different to work with them just because I really remember being that age. I'm not that far removed yet.
I was going to say, you're not that far removed.
Yeah, so some of them are 10 years younger than me, but I still, very much sympathize with where they're at in life right now. And so it's cool to listen to them talk and sort of how the problems are the same for them as they were for me. And just to hear about what they think about the world, what they think about what's going on around them is really interesting.
And so give me a sample of it, an example of the conversations you've had that they are talking about. Because many, obviously, it's been a little while since I was a teen.
Right. Well, so during Teen Anime, we had to pause the anime to talk about problematic gender roles in, especially in anime, they're pretty common. You have the very submissive females and then the male hero, and so we had a pause to really delve into that, and I think we ended up not getting to watch an episode because we were distracted by talking
conversation.
About it. Yeah.
So I think it would be helpful if you could tell us a little bit about what anime is, because not everybody is familiar with that either.
Right. So anime is it's Japanese cartoons basically, but they're for adults, and they have very varied themes and topics, and so the teens tend to lean toward the fantasy ones. They like the sword fighting and the whatever, but they do have sort of those slice of life animes where it's like someone working at a convenience store. I think we watched The Devil is a Part-Timer the other day, which is where the devil comes to Japan and works at a McDonald's.
Yeah, what I remember of anime is it's an acquired taste. Yeah, it's an acquired taste. I was going to say it's an odd type of genre, but I don't want to put odd on there
Yeah.
as a description, because many people like them. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like mysteries and science fiction and that type
Yeah.
of thing. It's a genre that like you said, is an acquired taste sometimes, and sometimes you just like go right to it and
Yeah.
enjoy it very much. So,
But I know when I was in high school, like it wasn't a cool thing to like.
Oh,
People liked
really?
anime, and you were like, "Ooh, weird."
and just think
But
that was a few years ago.
I know, right? But I'm so glad that like teens feel comfortable coming to the library and just, getting to watch anime, and especially because we get people in all grades. So, because the teen space is from 6th grade to 12th grade, and so you have 6th graders and 7th graders, and you have 12th graders and 11th graders, and so just watching them sort of interact and break down those like boundaries of age and of, where they go to school is one of the best parts about facilitating that space.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we want to have happen in that space too. So, so you also did some other things that took you out of the library. Tell us a
yeah.
little bit about that.
So we helped out at the ACPC daycare that runs out of Northminster. That was a lot of fun. The kids actually recognized me around town. I saw one of them at the grocery store the other day. So that was fun. But we bring the library to them, and so we check out books to them sort of in a more relaxed and fun setting so they can use the library by themselves, and it's very much part of the play that they do. And then we've been doing a book club with them. So we read Leroy Ninker Saddles Up, and now we're reading Dragons and Marshmallows, both of which they very much liked. I think because it was animals eating weird things. So the plot of Dragons and Marshmallows boils down to this little girl finds a dragon, feeds it marshmallows, and it gets sick because she fed it too many marshmallows.
Oh no!
Which was a topic I think they all related
they really
to.
could probably identify with.
Yeah, and then the follow-up was, "Will you bring us marshmallows?"
So did you take a marshmallow?
I did not.
Oh.
But it's our last day today, so maybe Bree has marshmallows for us to bring. We'll
for
see.
all that. So, so it's a nice little book discussion group, and again, because they are in a summer program, while moms and dads and caregivers are working, coming to the library is not always something that they get to do. So. That's what's been so important about this, is that you are able to take the library to them,
Yeah.
and read and show that importance as well. So you have a couple more things that I want to cover, and one of those is working here in the youth services area and what we call roaming or on the desk. So tell us about that experience.
Well, it's a lot of just getting a lot more hands-on with patrons, so answering their questions, helping them find books, teaching them how to find the books by themselves, which has been really cool with kids because you give them the call number and then you're like, all right, so where should we start? And I think one of the things that we like to say is that it's not a day at the library until you've cleaned up all the food at least twice.
The food meaning the
play kitchen
play
food.
Although there is food here
yes,
too.
there is sometimes, but the play kitchen food ends up everywhere. So it's not a full day until you've tracked down all of that food.
Well, and the Legos and the
all
Kiva
of the toys that are over
and,
there.
Yeah, so there's lots of things to pick up.
But yeah.
So just to kind of wrap up, if you could share your favorite thing that you learned this summer or that you did this summer, what would that be?
I really loved doing the checkout STEM kits that will be out soon, and I'm not sure I'll be the one to finish them, but it was really special to put something together that I know that families can check out for a long time to come, and seeing a program be developed and sort of how that happens and the whole process for it was really neat, because you don't think about how much work goes into making a new project to check out, or even just processing an item to check out has so many more steps than I thought it would.
Right, and that actually has lots of different little pieces. It's not like one book, but that's what all the items that we have in our library have to go through that process,
right,
and be thought about, so it's an easy checkout for our customers. So, well, I know, Britt, that we have very much enjoyed having you this summer, and I can also say that you will be able to see Britt during the school year as well, because she is going to come back. She she evidently likes us and likes all of you. So mentoring and interning, and I can also say that I've learned as much from her, and so has the youth services staff that have been here for a while. We've learned from our interns as much as they learn from us, and so it's been a delight to have you here. And it's been a delight to talk with all of you today. And if you want to come on in and say hi to Britt or any of the other interns, by all means do. They deserve a pat on their back, because we wouldn't be able to do all the programming that we do during the summer without them. So thank you again, Britt, and thank you. We'll see you later, and happy reading.